guys, welcome back. So, I'm playing Schedule 1. I'm actually in the beta right now, testing this out. I've already tried recording this a bit before, and I decided I would scrap that recording and opt to actually play the beta instead. Because I wanted to be able to um, test out the beta, see how it works, see how it plays, all of that good stuff. There we go. I do wonder if they plan on making uh, the map a lot bigger so cars have more of a use. Because for now, with how small the map is, makes it so everything's pretty much just easily accessible. Also, as you've noticed, I've started recording on my PC, so I decided to download OBS so I would be able to make videos on my PC. So now I'm able to make content not only on my PlayStation, I'm able to do on my PC, and in the future I plan on getting some editing software so I'd be able to also edit my videos. But yeah, so it ends up being pretty fun. Because, like I said, now I'm able to do more stuff. And I have even more options, more opportunities to make content besides just using, well, YouTube. Oh, yeah. Can't catch me if I don't have anything for you to catch, motherfucker. Ha! See, if I'm stone, they can't tell. Mm-hmm. No, maybe being high wasn't such a good idea. I'm driving all wobbly. Remember, kids, don't drink and drive. Smoke weed and fly. Also, it's still funny because I don't know where this game is based, since in most of the United States, except for I think is it like seven of the states, it's still illegal, and in Canada it's fully legal to smoke marijuana. So technically, depending on where this game is based, it's technically legal. The other things, not so much. I wonder if at one point we'll be able to go in there. I fucking forgot I have to talk to contact before coming back. Damn it. Going back. I wonder. Leroy. Ah. Damn it. This is no fun. Would be a fun way to just like have a secret ending. Jump off the cliff. Secret ending. So it seems like not much of the opening has changed compared to the regular version. So at least the beta doesn't seem to change that much. I mean, it obviously changes the aspect of there being, um, you know, the gang and all that added the cartel. But so far, seems like at least the prologue is identical. How strong is that wheelchair? I wonder. Damn it. I wanted to see if I could fucking punch him. Remember, kids, rule number one. When in doubt, punch a bitch. Oh, this truck is surprisingly fast for a truck. Considering, I would have expected, honestly, that for the game, the shitbox should be around the same speed as the Viper. The truck should be just a bit faster than the van, and everything else being faster, obviously, except for maybe the new Jeep. Because, like, a pickup truck should not be this fast, and the van, it makes sense for it to be slowed down a bit since it has more space. Oh. Okay. That's done. And this one is done. Yay. Alright, now time for the cutscene. fact that this game was all made by one person is honestly just so surprising. Like, props to Tyler. Dude, like, made such a good game solo. Alright. Pale as hell. Just a shaggy haircut. Yeah, red eyes. See, the fun part about this is when I get pulled over, they won't be able to tell that it's me that's stoned. They'll just think, oh, that's how he normally looks. And I'm also gonna make him look like a stereotypical addict that I find in my hometown. That's about right. Hmm. Come on, grow faster. Grow faster. I need the plant. Come on, faster. Come on. Come on, who's a good plant? There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm taking all this shit. I ain't leaving without this. Come on. Faster. Come on. Come on. Only 6% to go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. God damn it. Only 2 to go. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Aha. Fuck yeah. Got all my good stuff. Ah. See if she'll like it. Yeah, my luck is getting really good at this. Damn, I already got everybody. Yeah, fun fact, if your inventory's full, he can't give it to you, so. But, I don't use it anyways. Lowers the quality, and I prefer keeping the quality higher, so. Man, my bed. That was my bedroom. You assholes. Put this here. Put this here, put that here. There, 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 there. Go. Grab that. Now I'm gonna head down over there. Kill ye. Shit, 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 shit. You'll never get me alive. Oh shit. Ow. Serpentine. 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 You can't shoot what you can't catch, motherfucker. Ah. Well, guess I'm starting back at the start of the day. Oh, damn it! I was doing so well. Fuck. So yeah, note to self, next time, as soon as I get the hotel room, save. Damn it. One, grow faster. Come on, come on. Feels like I'm talking to a dog. That's a big, strong, weak plant. Grow faster. We need to feed you to the drug addicts so they can go big and strong and smoke so much they forget what the hell they're doing. Just gonna pick myself up a bit. And boom. Alright, come here, Pete. I mean, Peter. see if she'll take it. Hell yeah. I mean, so far, the only one that hasn't taken anything is Peggy, and she doesn't want anything, so gonna go with the next. And people say gambling never lets you win. Wait a minute, something doesn't add up here. Okay, no. Okay, no, I do have her unlocked. I was about to say, like, I don't remember ever getting her, like, and then I realized she's one of the ones you get from the start. is a Dr. Seuss book? Sow a weed seed. Shit's rhyming. Alright. Damn, I've already sold my entire stash. Alright, now time to wait for these guys to grow. Better grow damn fast. So I have this. I can at least put that there. Put that there. fact that they didn't see me. I like to believe the cops were just looking at me the entire time like, should we stop this idiot? Nah, let him go. And I got the room. But yeah. This isn't gonna grow more for tonight. Shit. Well, looks like I'm gonna piss off Kyle. Alright, I'm gonna transfer all that. Start planting my new soil. here, that goes there. There we go. These are gonna grow pretty fast, and I'll be able to collect them, turn on to the next thing, keep her going. Hmm. Yeah, this is taking quite a while, so this currently have 6, so I could get 34 should be enough. I'll have 14 for that, and an extra 20 to round it back out. Damn, 7? Damn, dude. Alright. Shit. I'm gonna get a jar as well, I guess, just for him, because instead of wasting 7 bags, I'll just get 1 jar. And I'll take 34. Damn. They're all wanting my supply. Goddamn. There's too many. No. I don't know what I'll do. That's 7 people so far. Hopefully I'll have enough with this weed. I probably will. The 1 jar. 4? Jesus! They're just... They want so much of my weed. Wait, so 6, 7, 10, 12, 19, 25 so far. So I almost have enough with what I have right now. So this should put me just over the edge of what I need. Should. Emphasis on should. I might still not have enough. That is still quite a possibility, because so far this is just... Whew. Well, this is gonna be a definitely a money-making day. On the right side, I'm raising my affection with all these people. Like, damn, the town's gonna be in love with me by the end of this. So this is almost done. This one's almost done. I will say this game is fun, and like seriously, props to the fact that this was all made by one person. Cause it's rare that you'll see such a good game made by such a small team, and with the rise of indie developers, it's becoming more and more popular. Like you'll look at games like Schedule One, or shit, even games like My Summer Car, which Top Gun, I mean, that's made by like it's made by one dude and I think his girlfriend, so two people. Like games made by such small teams that are actually well made and popular at the same time aren't common. They're honestly not. And they don't get enough credit for the amount of work that goes into it, honestly. Because you'll see a lot of these games, and most of them it's like, oh, I mean, it's fun. It's not bad, not perfect, but it's fun. Other ones, you'll see the game and it's just fucking amazing, and then you'll look at it, it's like it's made by one person. So when it's at the point where games are made by just a single developer, or maybe five developers, is better than a game made by hundreds of people working on it, you know something's going on wrong with the gaming industry. Because look at, for example, the new Call of Duty. The new COD has taken so much from shitty games like Fortnite. Like, when people look at Call of Duty, they expect Call of Duty. They don't expect just fucking, like I said, Fortnite. Like, it was always supposed to be a war game. That's what it was from the start. That's how it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
It's how it should have stayed. And for some reason, they thought, you know what? People like this. People really like this. You know what we should do? Make it fucking worse. They'll love that. That's essentially what they did. They made a beloved franchise, took it, turned it around, made it into a piece of shit, and are like, you like this, right? You like this. Yeah, you do. Like, that's pretty much what they did. And the more it goes, the more it becomes visible just how little Activision gives a fuck about their player base. Because if they actually cared at any point whatsoever, they would let the developers do what they want to do and stop fucking around. Because they've been screwing around way too long. And at this point, it's time for the good old rule of fuck around and find out. Because I'm hoping Activision starts realizing that their meddling with the games is just what's fucking up. Because they were gonna make Advanced Warfare 2 or something, and or was it Infinite Warfare 2 or something like that? One of the two Warfare games was supposed to get a remake. Not a remake, I mean a sequel. They were supposed to get a sequel. They were supposed to get a part 2. It was gonna be made, it was planned out, and Activision turned it around. A lot of people got pissed because of that, because people wanted it. And then they fucking go around, it's like, you know what, we won't make a game you want, but here's Modern Warfare 3, about less than a year after 2 came out. And oopsie, turns out it was supposed to be a DLC that we ended up charging full price game price for. And it's this half-baked, half-ass game. People will love that. Like, that's pretty much what they did. Like, they made the worst possible piece of shit game and acted like if people should love it. And that's what's pissing off people even more. Because you're like, well, this is what you wanted, wasn't it? No, what we want is surprisingly what their main competitor is doing. Battlefield. The new Battlefield is everything people want out of Call of Duty, or at least have wanted out of it, for the past 5 fucking years. It's exactly what everybody wanted in there over the past 5 years in the newest Battlefield. That's what it is. People have wanted boots on the ground, classic war game, and Call of Duty's refusing. They're doing their own thing, and they're kind of refusing to do what the fans want. But Battlefield's doing it, and I can guarantee that if it keeps up, um, fuck, they're gonna have to stop making Call of Duty. Because yes, they're making money so far, but if Battlefield becomes that good of a game from what we've seen so far, and becomes basically the Call of Duty killer again, the thing that's threatening Call of Duty from being a successful game or at least more popular, they're gonna pretty much take over the market of war games from Activision and subsequently Microsoft. Since Microsoft owns two war game franchises, Halo and Call of Duty. And this is why we're probably not gonna get another jetpack or futuristic themed Call of Duty, for one simple reason. It's not owned by Microsoft. Microsoft already has Halo. Why would they make another futuristic game? It's that kind of stuff. Now I know I went on a long ass rant there about all this bullshit, but like it's pretty bad. Like they they need to get their collective shit together and make a game people want. Not a game they think will be good. No, a game people want. They need to start listening to their fans again. Cause when it's at the point people are returning to one of their older games, World War II, one of their older games, and are playing that instead because that's what they want, they should take the hint. And I'm hoping, I'm hoping that they change the path that they're going on with the Call of Duty franchise before the next game comes out, because Black Ops 7 got announced. Now, it's one of two possibilities. They could be pulling another Modern Warfare 3 and making a new game, quote unquote, that was meant to be a DLC, and it's just gonna be half-assed, shitty, and just half-baked. Or, or they could delay it, have it not get done like that, because they did make an agreement that they were gonna like stop doing it every year and make it every other year. They already agreed to do that. They were already supposed to do that. Now they could change themselves around and say, yeah, no, Black Ops 7 is gonna come out in a year. Actually work on it more, make it better, and hopefully listen to the fan base remove the shitty fucking $25 skins, remove all of that, and make the game good like it used to be. Like, and it's funny because you look at even Cold War. Look at Cold War for their like packs. If the packs were cheap like they were in Cold War, at least it might be less annoying. Because in Cold War it was like 200 COD points for a skin. Now it's 2,000. They essentially did times 10 inflation for their games, which on paper, like, yeah, but then you realize that means one skin is 20 bucks. One skin used to be $2, now it's 20, which small problem there. Like, come on. You're telling me you're gonna charge people that much for a digital skin? And some people do pay for it, yeah. And that's why I find it funny, because people are like, why are you adding the skins? Why are you adding Nicki Minaj? Well, people still buy it. People still buy it. And some some people I do understand why they add their skins. Cause like Snoop Dogg, for example, he's been a staple of the COD franchise leading back to at least Ghosts when he was one of the DLC announcers. Like, that makes some sense. Like, having Snoop Dogg makes some sense because the dude's like a gaming icon. But then you have American Dad, Beavis and Butthead, and stuff like that, which is essentially, um, that's just straight up Fortnite. There's at this point they're just straight up ripping off Fortnite, and I get that they want to make more money. They want to be relevant again. I get it, and it's understandable that they want to return to being at least semi-relevant, like at least somewhat be at the top again. But by doing what they think will bring them back to the top, they're just ruining the name of the franchise. And it's sad yet hilarious because I've been playing COD since Black Ops 1, like that era. I've been playing COD since the Black Ops era and all that. So I've been playing for a long, long time. Like I've been playing since like the good old days. And I've seen it evolve over time. I've seen Black Ops 2, which one of the best, and I've played a lot of them. I haven't played Advanced Warfare because I usually play for zombies. I've played all of those. I liked Modern Warfare 2 Remaster. It was good. The whole guerrilla warfare scene where you have to make tools and all that, that was actually kind of fun. That would be actually a fun separate COD game. That would actually be semi-fun. But um, definitely it will never be the same again. You'll never see COD be as good as it was back in the day. And that's the case for a lot of games too. Like, not just Call of Duty. A lot of games nowadays, the sequels are getting worse and worse. Like, take the new Far Cry. Okay? The newer Far Cry that's coming out, Far Cry 7, if it's what it's been believed to be, it's gonna be a kind of extraction shooter where it's timed with 3 in-game days, kind of like Dead Rising. Not gonna lie, kind of like Dead Rising. And they're gonna be doing that apparently for a new game. Now, I can understand why they would want to, because a lot of the extraction shooters are becoming more popular, like Tarkov and such. So I kind of get it, and it could be fun, but just not as a Far Cry game. Because it honestly sounds like it would make a better Ghost Recon game. It sounds like it would honestly make a better Ghost Recon game. Because Ghost Recon as an extraction multiplayer shooter would be fun with the mechanics. It would make a better game like that. Not Far Cry. Like, definitely not. And I'm hoping it's wrong, because I've seen also someone saying it was supposed to be about Korea. So hopefully they go with that instead. That would make the fans so much more happy. And I think the franchise though that had the biggest like rise and fall was Need for Speed. Cause I remember playing Underground 2 on the PS2. I loved that shit. I played the hell out of it. And then they added the whole DLC stuff. EA got greedy, wanted to make more money, and that essentially caused uh, the games to be less popular. And they kind of dropped down slowly, slowly, slowly. And then they released Need for Speed Heat, which, by EA standards especially, was the first game they made with only one paid DLC. There was only one paid DLC, a McLaren. That was the only paid DLC in the entire game. You couldn't buy money, you couldn't buy anything like cars, like any of the previous games. It was so popular. People loved it, loved the mechanics, loved the cars. It was awesome. And after a year, they stopped supporting it because it wasn't making them money because they didn't have any pay to win shit on it. And then they released the new Need for Speed, one that's like anime themed. What the fuck? Like, they went from good to bad to good again and then instantly worse. How? How? Like, they could and they should have kept it. They should have. They should have never went back on their whole thing. Cause honestly, the fact that they went back on it and just, you know, stopped the game that was popular and just went with a shittier version was a bad idea. They should have at least kept supporting Heat and adding maybe a couple things extra before the new one came out. They could have done that. Honestly, they could have done that. They could have just been like, we'll add you a couple more cars. Maybe make them DLC. I honestly don't care. They could have made it DLC. And yeah, it would have been money, but they could have made it like cheap DLC, maybe $5, $6 to add maybe two, three cars, you know? Still something like that. And I'm sure people would have loved it. Because despite it being like a DLC that's paid for, which EA is known for, at least it wouldn't have been too expensive. It could have made them a bit more money to, encourage them to keep supporting the game for a bit longer. They could have just done that. They could have. They don't have an excuse for not doing it. They just didn't. And yeah, I hope that changes. But so far, at least for racing games, we have a lot of options. Like in my case, I love Forza and The Crew. Those two games are like My babies. I just I love those games because I've always had a soft spot for racing games. Some of my first video games I ever played were racing games, actually. Um, One of my first ever video games, though, I did play, ironically, was GTA San Andreas. San Andreas was the first video game I ever played as a kid, which the irony is there. Like, that was the first. And after I ended up actually playing different games. The other game I ended up playing besides that was actually MX versus ATVs Unleashed or something like that, which was on the PC. My uncle used to have a PC he would game on, and he used to let me game on it, and that was some of my best childhood memories was playing that. And even to this day, those two games hold a special place in my heart to the point where I actually got the MX versus ATV game, the exact same one, on Xbox, because surprisingly, that game's on Xbox. And I still love it. It's still such a good game. And I still love the soundtrack. Like, those, you'll never find a game that'll ever match up to the soundtrack of the classic racing games. Like, you'll never get fucking uh Twisted Metal with fucking Rob Zombie in the soundtrack, or fucking like good heavy metal music in games like Midnight Club or Need for Speed, or even fuck, I'm trying to think of another good one. Um Shit, I'm having a brain fart right now. Damn it. Um but even horror games had better music back in the day. And you also will never find video games that have the same comedy as back in the day. Like, take a look at Bard's Tale. A Bard's Tale, a game which some people might not know the name, but they know the meme. Um, this game came out on the PS2 originally. And I know this because I had the game on the PS2. It was one of the first games I ever got for the PS2. And it's known for a specific meme, which on the case says, for a truly terrifying image, turn the disc around. That was from the original game. And there's three or four more at this point. 1 second. So basically, um, and that game had like such good comedy. It had sarcasm. I mean, shit, the main character from that game was essentially a barred version of Deadpool. Fourth wall breaks, irony. The narrator would constantly talk with him, and they would do fourth wall breaks, which was just funny. Like, especially for back in the day, like, you don't find games that not only have the balls to do that, but are able to pull it off that well. You don't see that anymore, and it sucks that you don't see that anymore. Like, I wish more games would be able to and have the guts to be able to pull off what those early 2000s games were able to accomplish. Because there was so much. Actually, now that I spoke about the crew, I kind of think that I know exactly what I'm gonna play tomorrow. I'm gonna definitely have to play crew too. Uh, I won't play it on the channel. I probably won't, cause this video is actually getting recorded on Monday, August 18th. It'll probably not be up on the channel until this weekend, on like the 20th. Not 20th, the yeah, 21st, 22nd. Mainly because I work night shifts. I'm pretty much recording just before I go to sleep. Like, I pretty much have to head off soon. So I'm probably gonna end off this in-game night, sell the supplies, sell all the stuff, and proceed to eat in-game. Or even actually, you know what? Save here, and I'm gonna actually end it off here, because how long have I been recording? I have been recording for an hour and a half. So yeah, that'll be it for the first PC video. Besides the short rant I did, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys continue to enjoy it, and expect more videos like this soon. Well, less with the ranting and more with just having fun with everything. I'll probably be making another one in maybe a couple days. So I'll probably, because tomorrow I'm probably going to play the crew too. And I might record more on Wednesday. And if so, I'll be posting two videos this weekend, part one and part two of Schedule 1. I'll make sure I post them a day apart, so I'll post the first one on Friday, I'll post the second one on Saturday, and I might post another something on Sunday. Maybe. So I'll see how that goes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a good day. Bye.